For a big outback trip, quick access matters to storage. So today I'm installing the SW-Motech PRO Daypack on the BMW Urban GS, and I'll show you exactly how to mount it properly. We're about to fit up the SW-Motech PRO Daypack. So big thank you to SW-Motech and to A1 Imports here in Australia for helping me out. It's getting to the pointy end of this trip and I need to get stuff sorted out. So I thought I'd take you through the fitment today of how this goes. So let's see how we go and what the results are. This is a really simple install. All you'll need to get the job done is a Phillips head screwdriver, Torx heads, which is specific to the BMW, and your good old Allen keys to get the job done. Essentially, there's not really that many parts that you need to fit to your bike to get the tank bag to work, but there are a few important pieces. So there's obviously the tank ring itself. This is basically where all the magic happens. Now, specifically for the Urban GS, this isn't every model. A lot of models can get away with not having this part. For instance, Sav did not need this part on his 1300 GS. He could just mount that ring straight to the bike. But for me, mine is a little different. So if I open up the plastic here to show you, as always, I'm very prepared. So basically, I've got to take the actual fuel cap off mine and replace obviously the section that doesn't have bolts with this one, which does have the pre-drilled holes. Alrighty, theoretically, Savs should just bolt straight in because he's got exposed bolts here, so it should just go straight onto his GSA. Whereas with mine, you can see here, I've actually got to take this whole thing off. It comes with a metal replacement. In here, you can see I've got to undo these, because that allows me to take this metal ring off and replace it with that metal ring, which you can clearly see has the threaded holes on it. So that is the first order to do. I will actually stuff a cloth down there because I can see myself ham-fisting that and losing the bolts. Alrighty, just been down to the carport, got myself a smaller piece of rag. Definitely make sure it's a clean piece of rag if you're sticking it in there. You don't want your fuel filter to be doing any more work than it has to. Alrighty, that's in reasonably secure. Now it's time to find what size Torx head this is. My guess is T25. And that is correct. That's 3 little bolts and 4. I believe that is all of them you need to remove. We'll find out now. All right, let's give this a crack. There we are, that easy. So that is the fuel cap off now. Here's what we're working with, the new ring from SW-Motech. And this is obviously the fuel cap. So we got to undo this mechanism here, bolt it up to here. Okay, so the 2 bolts you will need to remove are the 2 screws you'll need to remove are these ones here. Not the actual hinge mechanism, but you'll need to remove 1 and 2. So let's do that. Okay, and out we come. So this is now separated from the BMW one. In theory, there we go. That just slides into there. You can see it's got those 2 little axles in there that kind of just snug into the grooves, just like the stock one. And now we just put it back. All works, snaps in. Probably best to check that first. I do want to leave this rag in because there still is the potential for some make sure you get it in the right way. See what I mean? It's a quality operation here. All right, so that's in nice and snug. Has a bit of a lift compared to the other one, but it looks all nice. Okay, so in theory, these should attach next. This is just the little screws that I originally removed from the tank using the same ones with the Torx head on them. Let's give that a go. Now, putting these in, just a force of habit for me is always to go diagonal, just so you get the tension right on anything. And there's also remembering these aren't too tight, so don't go crazy. Okay, the new tank ring is installed. That's how it looks. It's not flush like the other tank ring, so if that bothers you, that might be a small issue, but for functionality's sake, it's not a bother for me, and it looks quite nice and factory. It's all very professionally done. The next step is to fit the actual tank ring itself. So let's pull the rag out of there before we close it. I believe we can now close this. So that closes all nicely now. Check it opens before we get any further. So it comes in two parts actually, so I just wanted to point that out because I had them together before. So the base plate goes on first. Comes with 4 of those little bolts for 4 of these holes. So that's the magnetic part. Then you got these little guys. They're like a little black spacer. They have a little thread on them and they twist onto here. Now here is important as well, not to over tighten these. And this locks the magnetic section, the actual tank ring, onto the base plate itself. Once it's all mounted up, it looks pretty nice and pretty factory. Obviously it's going to stick out a little bit, but I think it matches quite well with the knee pads and the tank pad and the black of that. So it actually works out quite well. It's not aesthetically too striking. This is all you need to do for the actual tank ring itself. So very, very simple process, very easy to accomplish. Very nice and sturdy too. It's not going anywhere, at least not yet. We'll find out soon though. But I like it. It's really a quality bit of kit and there were no surprises in that. There's a lot of the stuff, now I'll move the camera up because I'm just going crazy doing that. A lot of the stuff that I've ordered over the years, and even for this bike, the non-SW stuff, some of the stuff that I've had to fit up has not aligned all that greatly. It's the problem with the accessory market. It says it fits and that they've engineered it to be so, but there's always a little discrepancy. So the fact that that lined up straight out of the box, thumbs up from me, so very nice. One of the great things about the Pro Tank Ring that I've just installed is that it lets you swap between different SW-Motech tank bags, which gives you this versatility. And now we're going to be moving into the setup of the PRO Daypack tank bag itself. And this is the same setup for any of the ring-based bags from SW-Motech. This little red rope is the most important part of this tank bag. If you get this mounted incorrectly, you can't disengage the locking mechanism, and that means it's a very bad day. So just pay attention to the instructions with this. You want to thread it through, as you can see here, and there's a little tab at the end that catches. You want that to be nice and snug, and so that when you pull the locking mechanism, that is latched on nicely. You also want to make sure that ribbed ratchet section is facing down and so that you can see the locking mechanism facing up. Once more for the camera. What's going on?
I have installed this plate upside down.
Pro tip guys, always have a mate do it first so they can stuff it up. Next you want to grab the little string and you want to thread it through the buckle clip. I got this wrong, but this isn't a big deal. You can just flip it around once you've threaded it through into the tank bag. But what do you do next? Where do you tuck this in? Well, thankfully SW-Motech has made some cable routing at the front and the back. This is the front of the bag, so we just thread it straight through into the tank bag itself. All very clean, keeping cords and cables all out of the way. It's a very nice system. Here you can see in the inside of the bag, you just pull apart the little opening and you thread it back through into the tank bag. You pull the cord all the way through and then you lock it to the little clip that's hidden inside the tank bag, and then we're all good. As soon as I readjust the clip that I got wrong and sort it out. You want to make sure that there's no kinks or twists in this little cord either. You want it to be nice and flat from the locking mechanism to ensure it engages and disengages properly. The last thing you want to do is just double check that the cord disengages the locking mechanism before you mount it up, because that would be a bad day if it doesn't work and you've mounted it to the bike. And the last thing to do before we can mount the tank bag up is obviously this is on a ratchet system, so this can move up and down depending on where you want it. I've got a very long tank, so I'm going to put it up in its furthest forward position to give me as much handlebar clearance because it's pretty tight with the handlebars. The other thing I would note is the bit with the ridges. The ratchet system goes face down like that. You want the top of your thing, what you want to see is this part, not this part, because me and Sav did it that way the first time and obviously that doesn't work. Now it's time to fix the base plate to the actual tank bag. And first off, you'll notice that there's a couple of sets of bolts here. Which ones do you use? Well, I'm using these little shorter black ones because I'm not using an extender plate to get more lift. I'm just bolting the ratchet system straight on. But if you need one of these extension plates, they're each 6 mils. You can stack them on top of each other to get a maximum height of 12 mils. You will need those longer silver bolts. Don't worry if you mess it up, the silver bolts will work if you don't have those plates in, but the black shorter bolts won't work because they don't have enough length. So just pay attention to that bolt setup depending on what you need. The great thing about these plates is you can see they've got pre-grooved there, so the base plate on your tank bag just slots straight on top of that and it's all good. It's as solid as if you were using no extension plate at all. So you can see it's a bit hard, but you can actually see how this is a raised lip. So that's really helping me out with the tank bag. It means I don't need the spacer. I can just plonk it straight on and nothing catches here. So I'm fortunate that way. So happy days. Once you've worked out what base plate you need or you don't need, it's just rock and roll with bolting this up. Very simple. I'm using the black bolts as stated, mounting the base plate to the tank bag itself. So I'm pretty pleased with how this has turned out. I mean, the only thing left to do is fit it all up and see what it looks like in the sunshine. So let's get it done. Now the moment of truth. Straight in, very nice. In past adventures, it's always been a pain filling up for petrol trying to get the tank bag off, but this is just so simple, it's brilliant. All right, so the next thing you want to do is make sure when you twist the handlebars, nothing hits. Now you can see why the guys at SW-Motech and A1 Imports, they recommended this for the Urban GS because you've not got much room. And the Pro City that Sav has is a fantastic bag. I'd love it for its extra size and those side pockets, but I'm worried and I'm pretty sure at full lock that would be a problem. Moment of truth. Dun, 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 dun. Is it on?
Yeah, it's
hey.
on.
Yes. Good job. One thing you should probably look at too is on full lock whether your handlebars clear there's a little bit of.
Is it gonna mess up your flooring though?
No, don't worry, man.
This side's fine.
Yeah, that side's a little bit.
Yeah.
So maybe you might need to pull it back. Is it your GPS?
Yeah, let me just check whether this can kind of sit that way.
You still hungry?
These are all the tiny little faffs that you don't really see happen before an adventure that takes so much time.
A bit more back.
There, you got
Okay,
clearance.
done.
Nice, man. Like I bought one. Sav's fitted up real nice, but how does mine go? So full lock on one side. We're gonna have to move the quad lock for the mobile a little bit, but it shouldn't be an issue. Full lock to the other side, we're all okay. So I got really lucky there, first time. You might be looking at this thing and thinking, solid, this is a little bit small to do a big adventure on, being that it's only 5 litres. But allow me to introduce you to its party piece. Over here you can see this small zipper. If we pull this out and we zip it all the way around, this actually extends to 8 litres. And you bring it all the way to there. Then you can chuck it back in that little tab so it doesn't scratch the tank. And now that extends out to 8 litres.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. It might be a bit hectic to get it out, but look, if it's snug.
That works. I think that's how I'm going to roll.
Yeah,
You do the same?
I think so.
Nice. You've just seen the UHF radio mounting up to the molly system quite well, and that is one of the party pieces of these tank bags, is just how modular you can make them, especially when you're on a bike like I am where storage is at a premium. Being able to mount something up like this first aid kit or another smaller molly bag on top to put your tire repair kit or something makes it really helpful on a big trip like I'm doing. And both of us are really happy with how things turned out. So what do we think?
I think that's perfect. Like,
Yeah.
It matches the bike.
Yeah, it does look nice.
Yeah.
And most importantly for me is it's off the tank so it doesn't ruin the precious paint on the little girl in the shed. I think the install process was super easy. I love how clean and well fitted this looks on the bike, coupled with its functionality. I hope the video helped you out. Don't forget to stay shiny side up, and I'll see you in the next one.